Yo, what's good, Vampire here, back from the video, and here we're going to be hopping into another Madden 24 gameplay for you guys. We're on another offense, and today we're going to be running a pretty unique formation with some implementations of like some meta type concepts that you will kind of see out of other formations, as Khalif Raymond almost gets a little sticky on that kickoff return for us. Now, formation I'm talking about is going to be the pistol trips. This comes to us out of the run and gun offensive playbook. It is also in pistol, Seahawks, and Tampa Bay. None better than this one, though. Now, here we're going to set up our audibles. There's a lot of good runs, a lot of good passes that you can't fit in the audibles, but pretty much what we decide on is flood, halfback dive, smash, and PA counter waggle. Some other really good plays like this inside cross, or what's this? This is called something else, inside smash. There's an inside cross, I believe, with like a deep post. But here we're trying to go with corner out route. I have Amon-Ra. I'm waiting on this corner out. I threw it a little bit late. It's out of bounds, which is fine because that might have been a pick if it was thrown actually accurate. So that was inside smash. Yeah, inside cross as well. There's a curl flat. There's a stick. And here, just kind of based on this 4-3 normal defense, seems like we just have a lot of space with Amon-Ra. So set up a simple concept with a slant to kind of distract his user, and we just check it down to the flats. Again, I kind of said this in the last video, just hit your flats if they're open, force your opponent to really play underneath, and then you can start taking your deep shots. But there's a PA boot left, there's a PA halfback flat that has a really good crossing route, so a lot of good stuff. My probably favorite run is going to be the strong power. I like flipping it to this trip side, gives you so many blockers, and we are definitely going to take advantage with this Detroit Lions offensive line, because that's really our strength of our team is the offensive line. We have two really good running backs as well, so we have dive, power. Those are going to be our main two. I think there's a stretch, there's a counter, so there's a few other good runs as well. Halfback draw, and here we're just going to go dive again. Figured we're going to lean on the strength, and right as I say that, Frank Ragnow whiffs on his block. Montgomery breaks the tackle for us, so we'll take that, and we move into a 2nd and 4. So again, just making sure we're flipping through. You got verticals. So you guys see just a lot of really good plays. Flood, that tight end has a really good crossing route, but we're going to try and go smash here, see if we can hit Amon-Ra on his little deeper corner route. So we got drag, we got a seam, we got kind of a deep streak, and boom. Amon-Ra, really nice job of getting over the top. That's a really difficult route for anybody to user, especially if you're starting in the middle in like a 4-3, so because it's kind of so tight to the sideline that it is a really good pass to hit, especially if he's going heavy zone. It's not the greatest man beater just because of how close it is, but here we're going to go flood. I'm looking for Amon-Ra potentially on his out route. We have the crosser. We actually end up getting a free play. I didn't realize he ran commit, so I kind of ended up panic throwing it to the flat, but that was the only guy on the field that was actually covered. I had the streak wide open, I had the out route wide open. Not my greatest read. But yeah, that's just going to set up a 1st and goal at the 5. He's kind of trying to time a blitz, it looked like, almost a user rush. He's been doing a lot of weird motion with his defense. I don't know. He's like switching between man line and all this jazz. Here, actually good defense. I maybe had Y in that corner, just didn't really see him. So we end up scrambling, throw the ball away. Again, I don't know what the hell he's doing with his adjustments, but he was kind of like man aligning, base aligning, canceling the man align, somehow switching corners on different sides. I don't know. Maybe he's autoing from man coverage to cover 2. Who knows? Just a lot of weird stuff. I try and stay away. Here we're going to try and open up the wheel route. Wheel routes out of pistol are one of my favorite things to do. We set up kind of a curl flat on the left. Actually had Laporta open. We try and fit it in this tight window, and Jared Goff just throws it on an absolute needle to our boy Jahmyr Gibbs. If you guys saw the YouTube short, I did make a YouTube short out of those. Make sure you guys check out all the YouTube shorts. Some good clips in there, some funny clips. So if you haven't, go throw a like on some of those. I've been trying to post more of those YouTube shorts. I think they're fun. They're pretty easy for me to post, so I'm planning on doing a lot more of those. And it's just, way faster than having to watch the whole video. It doesn't really teach much, but it's just kind of cool highlights, cool plays, funny, stupid stuff that happens in these Madden games. But overall, good drive, 7 plays, 74 yards. Again, I didn't really show too much of the offense, considering we didn't really throw any of the crazy passes besides that corner route. Everything else pretty simple. We ran the ball well, so overall, I'm feeling pretty good. Again, the Bears, obviously not the best team in the world, so we also have the matchup just in straight-up teams, which Usually you won't choosing the Lions. They do have a really good team, but they're not as good as someone like the Bills or the Chargers or Bengals or Eagles or some of those top teams with the really good QBs. Now, defensively, you guys kind of know what we're doing. We're doing this 4-3 even 6-1. Again, flats on zero, coverage on, match. Now, D-line, not the greatest. Defense overall, also not the greatest with this Detroit Lions. This is our weakness. Our secondary is not going to be the greatest on the planet, especially when I didn't put the injured people in because I forgot. So he's going to go with this rollout out of the tight way off. It's a really good play with the corner out. Really the weakness of the 4-3 even 6-1 is people scrambling out of the pocket. It's those mobile QBs, really annoying. Now, there's ways to beat them, but you just have to be careful on the rollouts, especially the kind of designed rollouts off play action, because those are pretty annoying because everybody is so pinched and everybody's slanted inside. It just leaves a lot of room to run. So if you don't get that disengage, you will have to worry about some scramble drill type stuff, but a lot of times with the user, you can take away a lot of that stuff and send that guy in the flats or the coverage. Here, he's going to kind of do what we were doing, just picking up apart this little zone with these flat routes. And these work. It is annoying, but you can't be mad at someone doing the same thing that you tell people to do. So that's a good pass. And again, because those linebackers are in those quarter flats, they're really taking away those flat zones. If they are like so tight and it's a spread out like 5 wide formation like it was, it's going to make it pretty difficult for them to get out there. They get out there pretty slow as it is. And here, I felt we should have got the pick there. Not much doing though from our defense. Definitely a tight throw, but hey, it's a good pass by him. And I would let him do it again. Now, again, the weakness is a lot of times with the user because you're using the linebackers. And because this is an ultimate team, we don't have all these good abilities on these guys like lurk reader and some of those types of things. Here, again, you guys know kind of the strategy I go with. I like to send a little bit of pressure here, and it actually forces the mistake despite us really not getting any pressure. So it just kind of throws it up. Maybe he was looking, thought he had a step, but Fields either really underthrew that or it was just a weird angle. I don't know what happened, but that was completely covered. So we will definitely take that. And here we got this PA halfback flat. Again, you see Josh Reynolds in the slot there. He's on this deep crosser, so that is kind of something you want to take advantage of overall. So we like to throw Amon-Ra on a flat. I'm going to throw Jameson on this backside zig, kind of motion him over. It gives us 2 high-low reads. You have Laporta on this little clear out. It is going to be a match coverage of some sort. We have the step, and Goff really sails it. I don't know why I highballed that. That was obviously my fault. It ended up just being straight man-to-man coverage, but it's not the greatest decision by me overall. Looking to maybe go back to it here. Obviously, the backside in is going to be open. This crosser should be open again. So really just deciding what to do. We actually just go straight up play action. We have the zig wide open, but again, we also have this in route wide open. So dealer's choice there. We take the deeper route, of course. And that will pretty much bring us to an end of the 4th quarter. All right, so hopping into the 2nd quarter, we really just got to keep doing what we're doing. This guy doesn't seem to really have the answers on defense, at least, and offense. You got a few first downs, but, just questionable decision-making, I would say. Now, I think the best way to run this offense is really just to stay balanced. You don't want to pass too much. You don't want to get too run-heavy either. But a good 50-50 balance, or at least like a 60-40, is right there. You saw one of the more unfortunate things that can happen. It's where your receiver just decides not to block. I don't know why that happens. Maybe it was the alignment or something like that, but Amon-Ra and Jameson Williams both just sprinted up the field and blocked, absolutely nobody. So I accidentally leave true clock on. So we're going to go inside smash here, looking for this corner out again. And boom, he does end up getting open. I probably threw it a second late. We actually end up getting hit. So a little bit unfortunate. Would have liked a little bit more time, especially with blocking my running back, but I could have threw it a little bit earlier. A little user error. Here we're going to go flood, it looks like, motioning out Gibbs. And again, he's doing all this stupid, weird motion, like baseline. And look how nobody's guarding Gibbs. So, boom. Throw it to him. Looks like he had Rashad Stevenson, I think that's his name, in that outside third. and because he was like aligned with he was like man aligned with the tight end, and he like didn't really recognize that Gibbs actually motioned out because this guy's spamming adjustments. He actually did that, so that is the reason why you don't want to do what he's doing. I don't know if he like thinks he's confusing me, but really it's almost just confusing his players. Like, you're just moving them out of position, like not where they're supposed to be. I'll tell you that it's way more confusing when everybody's in the same spot and the play is just different, not when you're just motioning around your team like a jackass and, then you don't even know where your players are going and what's happening. So clearly that was the case, but we're sitting good. Now, we do have to be a little bit careful. We don't want him to score here because he does get the ball at the half, so have to play this smart. Obviously, holding him to 3 is fine. Actually giving up a quick touchdown is not the worst thing in the world because you still have time to score yourself. So it's all about just kind of game management in this position. He's going to go with the play action. We kind of get stuck on the line of scrimmage. Nice little pass. And again, those little rollouts, those weird zig out routes, those types of things will get open on the quarter flats. But again, you just have to play a bend but don't break style of defense. Again, wheel route actually gets open because it just takes those guys a while, especially when they're lower overall, low speed, kind of like what they have when you're playing regs. Just not many athletic outside linebackers that will actually play that really well, unless you're an ultimate team where those guys can get 90 plus speed. Here he's going to go to a little tight flex, I believe that's what this is. And we're going to go man coverage blitz, see if we can get some pressure. It's always a really good idea to do that against under center. Typically, just running the 4-man disengage will work under center as well, but sending those extra guys will kind of get he'll kind of want to get the ball out quicker, and you should be able to take advantage of that. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and 2. Again, he really hasn't ran the ball, so I'm not worried at all about his run game. If he does want to run it, then he's not really going to be doing a whole lot, so I think we are sitting pretty solid. Now, he's going to go to a gun deuce close. Not much time left. So he's either going to have to snap the ball. I'm thinking it's like stick. Could be read option. Could be that RPO play. He doesn't get the ball off. He doesn't kind of call a timeout, which I don't actually hate. I probably don't call a timeout there either. But, it just depends. Could have burned a timeout. Probably would have been fine doing that. He does come out and deuce close. And it is that stupid RPO type play. But he goes with the full motion, and again, we sent the pressure, so we end up getting some nice pressure there. He's going to go to a gun wing slot offset, I believe is called. Really stamps the ball quickly, and that is one of the more annoying things that happens against cover 4. The seams end up being open, so it really is something you have to watch, and if they keep hitting it, I would probably start just manning up that side where he's throwing it a lot. Boom, Hutch finally gets through for us. Nice disengage. Again, disengages really do happen a lot on play action, especially if you go through the whole animation of the play action. Now, if you cancel it, you have time to actually roll out, just depending on the speed of your QB and a few other factors, but like the speed of my D-line could be a factor. But here, again, he goes through the whole play action. This time, we don't get pressure. He's scrambling out all the way, throws it away. Smart decision there. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 10. So if we can get a stop here, we still have plenty of time for our offense to go back to work. So he's got to play this smart. Comes out in the gun normal. Y off close. If I go back in time, I would definitely man up that left side. He actually I think I might have. He ends up going RPO bubble. Figured he would have went like a 4 verts on that left side, but he goes bubble. It looks like there's space, but it gets closed off quickly again because that linebacker's going to the left. Here we play the man expecting some kind of a seam pattern. I feel more comfortable going quarters on the right, but I could have also canceled the baseline and kind of pressed that quarter traditionally. Here, I'm even better about doing it. He goes straight streaks, and ball should have been picked, but it's better that it's incomplete. That's going to put us at about midfield versus the 20. So even though I went for the pick, I just do that because they actually seem to animate more, and I don't want to get, rocket caught on. So 209, I have enough time to actually go back to the ground. Some weird blocking there. I'm happy just to get back to the line of scrimmage. That sometimes happens when you're pulling guard, when you have pulling guards, and you're like a little bit not patient enough. But right there wasn't much I could do. I kind of got hit as immediately as I got the ball, so you just got to live with that one. Here we're going inside cross. I'm looking for X always on this play. It's just a really good concept. It's just one of my favorite concepts this year is just that backside post against something like cover 3 or cover 4. It's open on every single time. And if you force them to user it, I had the drags open, I had the wheels open, just a lot. Here I'm looking to take a deep shot potentially. I maybe had Amon-Ra, but because that safety kind of started out on the right side, I tried just to kind of highball that, give myself a chance on the outside, but we take a hit. That's fine. Just looking deep. It doesn't, there's a few times I'll just kind of call like a stock 4 verticals and just see if we can get something going. This is the curl flat play. I'm looking to hit that post potentially with Josh Reynolds. Motion over a drag. We have a little backside curl, so we have options here. That's not a good read, but thankfully we end up getting the catch. I don't know why I felt like getting the ball out, but I didn't have the greatest pocket presence this game, I guess. 3rd and 1, just looking to pick up the first down. He kind of whiffs with his user, and we pick up almost 10 yards on that play, so we'll take that. And again, right here, just managing the clock. He's not burning timeouts. I'm not going to burn timeouts. I want this to be the last drive regardless, and I kind of want to score a touchdown around like 10 seconds. So we actually end up chewing clock there because we still have 3 timeouts. So if anything ends up in bounds, I can just burn a timeout, and boom. We just see the weakness of the defense. It's going to be that outside. Again, just doing these weird pressing adjustments, and I'm just going to take advantage and go deep. And we catch him sleeping again with that weird baseline, man line. Who knows what the hell he's doing? I don't know where he learned to do that or who's telling him to do those weird adjustments, but that would be not great advice, I would say. I don't know. I mean, does this guy watch the NFL? Does he ever see defenses and these guys running around like idiots? Like, no, you're just putting yourself out of position. You stay in position. You motion. If the receiver motions, then maybe the defense shifts a little bit. But, I mean, like, dude, you're just overthinking at that point. You're doing too much. DTM, as they say. So, but 21-0, he does get ball at half. But, I mean, he hasn't shown much on offense. He's been a little bit better on offense than defense, but that's not really saying much, is it? So we got some big opportunity here, and he does kind of have enough time to mess things up for himself. So we'll see what ends up happening. Probably just going to go to the ground, so we'll just run that cover 4 again, kind of play it safe, play it deep. And we are seeing if we can get just another sack here, or you could just go to the ground. So few options. He's going to try and go with this end around fake deep shot to DJ Moore. We whiff on the sack. There's nowhere to go with the ball. Fires it. Cam Sutton is there, gets the pick. We have 4 seconds. I maybe could have just ran out of bounds at 1 at like the 40, but we try and make a play. We lateral it to ourselves. Maybe if I can scoop that up, we actually had it, but who cares, at that point. And honestly, the points really don't matter in this game because I basically already won. It's just more like showing the offense and that kind of thing. So I couldn't really care less about getting an extra field goal at that point. It's not like I'm playing for $100. We're just kind of playing to have fun. So trying to make a cool play, cool TikTok type of highlight. But kicking the ball off, just got to keep doing the same stuff. He's really kind of lost by our cover 4. He had it kind of down, going to those flats and taking those checkdowns, but the moment and this is what happens with a lot of people, they get bored of throwing the flats and the checkdowns, and you just can't do that. You just have to do it. It's kind of like running the ball. A lot of people will get bored if they're running the ball for 3 or 4 yards of carry, and they'll start passing, and that's not what they do. And that's when they make their mistakes. Same thing, you're throwing these 3 or 4 5-yard passes. It's getting boring. It's getting kind of annoying. You start looking over the top. I don't know how that wasn't picked. That's kind of annoying. It's kind of crazy, but yeah, you get bored of throwing these checkdowns. You want the big play. It's like real life. The big play is exciting. It's everybody wants to see it. No one wants to see the offense, the Tom Brady Patriots offense of like dinking and dunking and that type of concept. So yeah, I mean, it's just kind of like that. Which it's fine to be looking for the deep play, but you got to take your checkdowns. You got to play to win. And it really just depends on how the game is. And that was actually really good user there to kind of get off the block, loop him around. He gets the yard, but kind of at this point, I'm fine giving up like a few yards. More focused on the clock. Just keeping this clock running, even if I give up a touchdown, but there's 1 minute left in the half or whatever. He goes to the ground again. It's just really difficult to run the ball against this defense. So immediately when you're running like a 4-3, even 6-1, you almost always have the advantage. Really the best way to run the ball against this defense. And he goes to it again. I almost was expecting play action more than I was expecting the run. But really the best way to run on this defense is to go out under center and run things like stretch. But even then, with a good user, could potentially take it away. It's difficult in regs to stop those types of things just with the slower linebackers and the linebacker options, but in Ultimate Team, pretty easy to take away those things. The safeties just don't play the run necessarily great out of those under center sets, even out of quarters. Here he goes, man. That's a good pass. That was unlucky right there. He actually caught us in a good kind of zone beater there. Here, I think I try and send pressure. Usually on these 4th and longs, I will send pressure, but maybe not. We go cover 4. I went with a baseline press to take away DJ Moore on his stupid corner route, and he threw it in coverage, and I don't know what the hell Emmanuel Mosley was doing there. But I do need to remember that timestamp because I'm going to make that a short and like post someone breaking their monitor at that, because that is just amazing. Here he kind of misses Komet on his like reverse zig. He gets a lot of time scrambling around, so he's able to hit Mooney. Nice pass there. But I mean, dude, this guy should not even have the ball right now. Like baseline pressed quarter against a slot corner route should just never ever be close to completing it. And then like the fact that he was there and he still didn't react, that's a really good user here to take away the flood concept. He takes off with Fields, and unbelievable blocking from his team. I mean, just zero fight from the boys in blue, and he takes to the crib, so not a bad possession from him. I mean, again, he shouldn't have even had the ball right now, but hey, he got on the board. You got to respect it. Dude's at least trying to make a comeback, so can't be too mad at it, but you know, definitely not worried. He did take a little bit of time, not as much as you really would have liked, but you know, I was hoping some of the boys would get off the blocks. Really just no fight, missed tackle right there. Komet blocking down the field, DJ Moore. Look at these guys just pancaking and moving on, and just no fight from the boys. So I kind of thought he was going for 2 with how long it was taking him to pick his play, but he's just going to kick the extra point here and really just back on offense. We score a touchdown here. We're perfectly fine. Probably the end of the 3rd quarter around that time, and you know, he would just kind of be cooked. So sitting pretty solid. And again, he hasn't shown any signs of really stopping us. He hasn't, surprisingly, really hasn't tried to send any pressure at us, which is something I would probably have tried. Here, just taking the ball out with Khalif Raym. We get a little bit of space. We go with the Jurtle, and we do fumble, which happens it's been happening pretty often. It happened just in a lot of the games I've played recently. Sometimes it's because I get stuck on aggressive, or I accidentally leave myself on aggressive, but certain times it is just because you Jurtle right into somebody. So you do want to be kind of smart. You can split defenders, but in here, again, weakness of the defense, the flat, hit the out route. I stay in bounds, should take more time off the clock, but really was just trying to make that guy miss. But yeah, you got to be smart about the Jurtle. Typically jukes, you won't really fumble getting hit stick to alpha juke. So with Jurtling, you're kind of jumping into somebody. It happens pretty frequently. Here I go dive. I like flipping it to the better side. Right there, that was good run defense. Eddie Jackson played the run really well. And you do see that usually out of cover 4. I'm not sure if it's the case out of the 4-3 even 6-1. I would assume that the run fits do have the safeties playing. But one of the reasons cover 4 is a lot better defense than like most stock defenses is because of the run fits. If you take a look at the run fits, which I can't do here, and boom, that's just smart running it to the side that's open. And of course, fumble. This game sucks. So we fumbled twice on the drive. I'm 90% sure I was not aggressive. Maybe I'm wrong. But, I mean, like, dude, that's just so stupid. He's going to go to this tray open, it looks like here. We're just going to man up that left side, kind of run cover 4 quarters on the right, if I remember correctly. And he's just going to run the ball. Terrible user there. Thankfully, we actually shed a block for once, and we bring him down. He's going to go hurry up. Probably a smart move, actually, to go hurry up. Unless he gets another fumble, then maybe he has a chance. Again, manning up that left side. I would have expected Barnes to have played that. He did not. I feel like he kind of threw it right at him. But again, those linebackers with no abilities, they're low overalls, they have low awareness, low zone, all this jazz. That's a good user there to take it away. I just cannot bring down Justin Fields. He throws it, thankfully, in coverage. We finally get the pick with Brian Branch. So we finally do penalize this guy for throwing it into coverage and escaping and throwing across the body and all this stuff. But yeah, good user there to take away everything. And that was a really good play by Brian Branch, actually reacting and stepping in front of him. So just looking to put away the game pretty simply here. Kind of just the same position, just 2 extra minutes, I guess, kind of ran off the clock. So we haven't necessarily shown too many of these passing plays, but we've just been running solid offense here with Gibbs. I eat a massive hit sick from Eddie Jackson. Not great. I do have chew clock on though, so that will pretty much take it to the fourth quarter. So sitting in a solid position. And again, total yards. It's pretty similar. But, turnover battle, all this stuff does play into it. Now you see there's a few other runs. There's also a read option, which could be kind of nasty if you have a mobile QB. Jared Goff, not really that guy. Here it seems like press man-to-man. Looking at our corner routes, you have Amon-Ra, you have Laporta. Dealer's choice. I'm taking Laporta on the linebacker there for sure. It's TJ Edwards. Boom, Jurtle. Trying to hit that second Jurtle, but no luck there. But, just easy pitch and catch there. Laporta finally getting involved. So we'll take that. Again, it seems like the weak side is this left side. We run it over there. Try and be a little patient. I thought I could kind of get past him, juke back to the inside. He actually does react a little bit unexpected, but this is why it's nice to have 2 running backs, because we have been taking a few hits with these boys. So the fact that I am able to sub these out and rotate these guys allows me to just run the ball on back-to-back plays, whereas normally maybe it wouldn't. So here, inside cross, going back to it again. You guys know the route I'm looking for. It's Reynolds on his little post. Good pocket presence there. Hang in the pocket. Boom. His user is just so far down, especially if they're using a linebacker and they just get focused on the drag for a little bit. Nothing doing. That's going to do the video. If you guys enjoyed, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel down below. Let me know what you guys want to see next. And peace. I'm out of here.